our Executive Vice President, Nick Wiedekamp, and we are very lucky today. We actually have in the studio our designated broker, Dwayne Fouts. And the goal of this morning, and first of all, let us welcome you to West USA. As an agent myself, I can tell you, you made the right choice in selecting West USA as your home. The goal of this morning is to walk you through a little bit of the history of West USA, get into some of the programs and supports that we put behind our agents, and then dive into our technology. So with that being said and done, Nick, let's get rocking and rolling. One of the very first things that you need to do is break out your phone right now. We want to ensure that you program this number into your phone, 602-942-4200. This is the corporate number for West USA. So at any time that you need to reach someone at West USA, whether it's someone at the corporate staff, whether it's your office manager or another office or another agent, this is the number that you're going to call. And also, if we need to get a hold of you for any reason, this is the number that we are going to call. So if this number pops up, answer the phone.
100%.
Because you're either in trouble or we got money for you. One of the two. And you don't know which one, so you got to answer the phone.
Correct. Good morning, everybody. My name is Nick Wiedekamp. I'm the Executive Vice President for West USA. And that number Mike just talked about, we're going to talk about it a lot through the course of the morning, but make sure that it's locked and loaded. Whenever we get the question, whose number or what's the broker's number, what's another agent's number, the answer is always the same, 602-942-4200.
Well, like any great company, we've spent a great deal of time putting together a mission statement that truly reflects what our passions and our values are here at West USA. And so I think we've done a pretty darn good job. But the mission of West USA is to become the best agent-centric company by enabling its agents to achieve an extraordinary level of success in their real estate careers by providing the very best in broker services, support, training, and technology to serve their clients' needs. I recognize and realize there's a little bit of a mouthful, a lot of words there, but really the operative terminology in there, Nick, is agent-centric. This company spends more of its time, money, and resources in finding the right programs and right technology to help our agents succeed.
100%. And that's why when you go to that next slide, Mikey, is usually say that, the proof is in the numbers. 2020 was a good year for a lot of brokerages. West USA was better than most, and that is because of our agents going to work and being productive and not letting excuses get in the way. And we're really proud of those numbers. I think it's a true testament to our mission statement as a company, as we do truly every day go to work for our realtors to make their jobs as easy as possible. And being a realtor is a hard job. So those numbers we're very, very proud of, and so should all of you.
All right. And so it's, I love this, of the 500 largest brokerages in the U.S., by sales volume, we're number 37, but more importantly, by transactions, we're number 14. That means when you take West USA and stack it up against all the other brokerages in the nation, our agents are outproducing all of them but 13 of them.
Correct. Yeah. And this is up against national franchises, and we're just in little old Phoenix, Arizona.
So that means you follow the systems and you adapt to the training and the support that we give you. Our agents are performing incredibly well. West USA was founded in 1986 by Clay Fouts, and there's a tremendous amount of incredible things that we can say about the late Clay Fouts, but most importantly, he founded West USA with one guiding principle, and that was to ensure that there was a place where the broker was going to fight for the agent and where agents would receive 100% of their commissions. Now, we don't pretend to say that we've invented the 100% concept, but we can proudly say that we've perfected the 100% company or 100% concept, because we're the only brokerage where we allow agents to determine and customize their program and what their commission package looks like. But we wanted just to ensure that agent goes out there, earns a commission, he's going to get the commission.
100%. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why Clay decided it was time to open up his own shop. He wanted a brokerage that was going to fight for his agents. That's what the broker team that we have in place, and we have our designated broker here, Dwayne. He wanted a brokerage that was going to give the agents the commission that they earned. not taking a percentage of it, but letting the realtors choose where that money goes into their business. And he wanted a place that realtors could do every type of real estate transaction to allow them to work in the way that they best could to put food on the table for their families. And I think that we've embodied that here at West USA.
I would agree 100%. Next couple slides, and every single one of you should have these slides should have been sent to you. But it's basically our directory, the who's who here at West USA. You already have the number, the 602-942-4200 number. So anytime that you have a question, just refer to this directory. You'll find the right person. And again, you have the phone number to call. I like to say that, for me, West USA's three biggest proposition values that it provides us as agents are really, to me, are the three, I think, most important things that we do as a brokerage. And number one, it does start with our broker support. We do have 5 full-time brokers on staff, of course, 1 designated broker and 4 managing brokers. They are here to help you during your time here, but during your transactions, and answer your questions. Now, Dwayne's in the house. Dwayne Fouts is our designated broker. Dwayne, we used to tell people that you guys as a broker staff were available 24 hours a day. But it became very clear, because for the people who are looking at these pictures, most of you, including you look like you're in bed by 5. So we had to move on.
4:30 actually.
So we had to move on to say, basically, you guys are open. You guys are available 7 days a week. You realize that we as agents, we work in evenings and we're working weekends, and there are times we need to get a hold of you.
Absolutely, and that's what we're here for, And thank you for inviting me to the orientation. This is awesome. I haven't had the opportunity to sit in on it yet, so but you bet. The broker team here that I'm ahead of, we are very cognizant of the fact that this is a full-time business that comes every day of the week, and we're here to support that whenever the agents have answers or questions. I will tell you that if you call me at midnight or 1 o'clock, you probably won't get an answer, but you leave a voicemail and we'll get right back to you.
So there is this overriding feeling, like, I know, especially for our newer agents, I'm not going to call it intimidation, but they feel like their question is too small, too stupid. They don't want to bother you. They don't want to bother a broker with that question. And I keep saying it till I'm blue in the face, that's why you're here. That's why we pay you guys.
Exactly.
But it doesn't matter how small you think the question is. Call.
Exactly. That's a great point, Michael. Several times I'll get a call during the week and it'd say, I feel bad asking you this because I should know the answer. But honestly,
how many times do I call you a week? I still call you.
I don't keep track, but and it doesn't matter. The reality of it is we want to answer those questions, no matter how silly you feel asking them. That's what we're here for, and we'll help you get through whatever that situation is. That's what we're here for. That's what we do, and don't ever apologize for calling any one of us. That's what we got. We're paid to do, and honestly, I would love to have that question that says, here's what I'm thinking of doing, not here's what I've done, and help me get out of my mess, because it's a lot easier to kind of counsel and direct you and your clients up front and get it right.
Yeah, 100%. We always encourage all of our realtors at West USA, if you haven't had an opportunity to pick up the phone and call a broker, that's great, but you should. As soon as you possibly can, at the end of this webinar, pick up the phone, call, ask to speak to one of our brokers, just introduce yourself. Let them know that you're a new agent with West USA. Give them a little bit of background. Start to build that relationship with our broker team. It's going to be very important for you, and you should never be worried about the question you're going to ask. They will guide you through the situation the best they possibly can. That's why they're here.
And the last thing I'll just say, I view everybody that I work with in my business as a partnership. My lender is one of my partners. They're part of my team. My home warranty, my title rep. It's all part of one team. and that I'm working with. And I think it's just that adopting that scenario that your broker team is part of that. You're part of helping me succeed in my business.
And if you're out there doing business, you're going to have questions. You're going to do it. And what number can they call me at?
Well, let me look up yourself. No, 602-942-4200.
Yes.
So a note on that. So when you do receive a call from a broker, if it is after hours and it's from one of their personal numbers, there's a good chance you're going to see unknown on your cell phone. I know as realtors, we hate answering phones. We don't know who the caller is. Answer the unknown calls because it's most likely a broker trying to get a hold of you because you probably called them, and then you get to play that fun game of phone tag. So answer the calls when they say unknown.
Well, unfortunately for me, my father-in-law has his number blocked, so it says unknown. So I'm not answering. Well, for me, that's one of the biggest proposition values is having a team of brokers that is so available to me and my business. But the second thing is our office and amenities. No matter which, when you get your license, you have to select an office. One of our 8 offices, or if you're in the White Mountains or some of our other satellite offices as well. But you got to select an office to officially hang your license out of. But it doesn't mean that is not the only office that you get to work out of. So it's important to note that you are a valley-wide agent. So if you hang your license out in the Goodyear office, but you have a client that wants to meet with you out in Chandler, you have the ability to meet them and utilize our Chandler office. They have conference rooms, they have printers, and of course the Wi-Fi and things like that. So don't hesitate to utilize the offices. These are our 8 office managers. We also, again, we have the Alivas. They've got offices all over the White Mountains. So definitely take advantage of them. The thing that we do ask is, in the event that you do need to meet a client at another office, whether even if it's after hours or on the weekends, call the respective office manager ahead of time and make those arrangements. Do not show up and just say, well, Dwayne said I could show up.
You can try it, but I'm not sure how well it'll get you in.
And the other offices on that slide in front of you, those are what we call our IBA offices. They're our satellite remote offices. Those carry different hours than the main branches in the Metro Phoenix area. So if you are going to be in one of those cities and you want to utilize one of those offices, feel free. But before you do, make sure to call 602-942-4200 and ask to speak to one of the individuals who run those offices. It would be a bummer to show up with a client and have the door locked. So make sure you call and schedule that.
And then the third biggest proposition value to me, and I think is probably for me the one of the most important, is West USA has never wants to be in a position where they limit the type of income and the type of money that you get to make. And I know for a lot of brokerages, you're very limited to the type of real estate that you get to perform. And I know probably most agents on this orientation have signed up to do, residential real estate, which is very, very popular here. And for a lot of other brokerages you work for, that you could hang your license at, that's it. That's the only type of real estate that you can do. But there's other types of real estates. And like I said, I like to refer to West USA as the broker of the and rather than the or. When I go, Dwayne, to get, the big, the Black Bear Diner for breakfast, I don't want to choose between bacon, sausage, or ham. It's like you telling me I got to choose which one of my children is my favorite, right? I want all of them. And so West USA allows you to do all of them. Again, whether it's residential, we have a great new homes division. We have a great luxury division. If you want to work on in homes with a higher price point, has its own branding. But here, Dwayne, at West USA, you can do commercial. Mm-hmm. You can do land. You can do businesses. You can help people buy and sell businesses, whether they're restaurants, hair salons. And then one of the biggest ones, and I think it's very, very important, because I find that a lot of sellers really don't want to sell. They want to buy something, but they want to hang on to their home and turn it into a rental property. And so with that, we do allow our agents to do the variety of different types of real estate.
You absolutely are correct. We do that, all of it. I'm putting my broker hat on now. The only thing that you need to be cognizant of is, the commissioner's standards and the code of ethics all require that we all act within our area of expertise, right?
Yep.
And that can be both geological, physical, whatever. And so if you're going to venture into an area of real estate that you haven't practiced in or not an expert at, then reach out to us as the brokers, and we'll hook you up
Yep.
with somebody to help that.
Yeah, and I think that's important. For me, I personally, I don't do commercial because I don't know enough. I would be doing my clients a disservice. I don't do help my clients buy and sell businesses, and I don't do property management because I personally don't want to take the time. Don't have the time to become fluent in there and be able to provide a fiduciary responsibility. But that's what's nice having it all in. And I could, but that's the point, as I could if I wanted to.
Yes, you could.
But I also have the ability to protect my clients, protect my interests, and stay within the West USA family and refer that to other agents at West USA that specialize, and that's what I do.
Sure. You bet. Absolutely.
And one of the other great pieces of having these different divisions in part of the company is you have realtors that would be willing to work with you and grow your knowledge on these specific areas. So especially with commercial, a lot of residential agents think they want to dip their toe in the commercial world. It's a very different type of real estate. And we have some commercial agents that are interested in working with you. They'll train you. They will mentor you. So if you're interested in doing that, you can. But again, it's a great thing to reach out to the broker staff, reach out to your branch staff, and let them know you're interested in doing different types of real estate, and they can help direct you to that right person to talk to.
Right, and this next slide reflects some of our agents that are part of our commercial division here at West USA Realty. If you do have any questions about whether you need to be introduced to a commercial agent for a referral or like more information about the commercial division, on the top left there is Tarja Panfill there, that she is in charge of our commercial division. So it's a great point of contact for you to reach out and get some more information. Well, chances are you have recently signed up for West USA, and chances are most of you have already received and had your initial onboarding call with Patty Messelt. If you haven't, that means you've been ignoring the calls because we know she calls, and or you're like, I don't have any idea who this is. It is important to call her if you haven't, and schedule your 1 hour onboarding, again, concierge appointment, where she is going to ensure that you have dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's when it comes down to getting ready to actually, operate here at West USA and operate as a licensee.
Yeah, 100%. And those that have spoken to Patty know that she's very passionate about her onboarding. Those that have not, you have a voicemail from Patty, I guarantee it. Probably a couple. You have some emails from Patty. She won't stop. She will come after you until she gets you on the phone to do that onboarding session. And like Mike said, it's very important. Getting started in real estate is complicated. Just getting the general things, the base of your business set up takes a lot of time. Patty can help fast forward you through all those guesses, the questions, the not sures. She's done this 100 times for different agents. So please utilize her time and save yourself a lot of wasted time by answering the phone, giving her a call, and scheduling that time to get onboarded.
Yep. All righty. I want to talk a little bit about our IT department. We always talk about our 602-942-4200 number. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever the case is, this is going to be pretty much about the only time that we're going to tell you not to pick up the phone and call, because our IT department is full of people that, well, they're IT. They may not have the greatest personalities in the world, and but more importantly is if you have got an issue when it comes down to any technology that West USA provides you, anywhere from access to the internet at an office, a printer, to your mobile app, whatever the case is, if it's technology oriented and you're having issues, we want you to create a ticket, because when you create a ticket rather than a phone call, that ticket gets seen by everybody in the IT department, and it ensures that you're going to get your problem resolved as quick as possible. And there's a couple ways, Nick, that you can create that ticket.
Yeah, so inside the dashboard, you can click on the little question mark. The easiest way to do it is sending an email to techsupport@westusa.com. Again, we do that because, like Mike said, it creates a ticket in the system. All of our IT reps will see that, and it doesn't matter if they're in the field, if they're on a call, or they're sitting in the office, they will be able to see that ticket, and they'll get back to you soon as possible. Like Mike said, our team is going to help you with any West USA related technology. If your device breaks, your computer doesn't work, you haven't turned it on in a couple years, and you got 5,000 updates, AAR actually has a pretty fantastic service for its members, and hopefully you are all members. You will be able to utilize their tech support department, and they will help with personal printers, fax machines, computers, phones, all of that stuff they'll be able to help you with. So again, when you're going through that awesome onboarding session with Patty, she'll show you how to log into AAR and get you good to go.
All right. Well, Dwayne, how many times do you just wished that an agent sent you their marketing pieces before they sent it to print and so forth, and you could have just stopped them and saved them time and money, because sometimes we are inadvertently we are just in violation. I think a lot of it too comes down to, and we're here really to talk about our printing and signage and apparel store. If you go to your dashboard, you can order your business cards, you can order your yard signs, and there's always a deal somewhere. There's always somewhere where you can save a buck.
Everybody wants to save you money.
But when you order these things through our vendors, you can ensure that they meet all the guidelines as set forth by the Department of Real Estate. And even, as far as proper, logos and things like that. But even before that, if you're going to have stuff customized, there are certain rules that we have to follow. And you guys as a broker team, you're willing to take a look at them and sign off on them and say, yep, good to go.
We have to sign off on them. That's part of the commissioner rules. Is as part of my duty as supervising of all of the agents, I have to review and approve all of the advertising. I would love to say that that always happens, and it does for the most part. And how do we do that? You send your marketing piece for us to proofread to advertising@westusa.com. Advertising@westusa.com.
That's like your part you normally give every month.
I know,
you don't even know what to say right
Dwayne's
now.
here, and I'm a little lost. Well, I'm going to touch on this. So as Dwayne mentioned, we have to, and the broker team has to approve and look at everything before it goes to print. If you utilize one of the two buttons, there's two buttons now inside the dashboard, all of those designs have already been approved by our broker team. So if you don't modify or mess with those templates, all you're doing is adding a headshot and your contact information, you're good to go. What we want is, if you utilize a third-party design team, make sure that you send that over to our broker team. Just because you use one of our printers, if you use a third-party designer, they may not know all of the rules and regs, and we need to see everything before it gets printed. You don't want to get that phone call that says, hey, all those listing signs you just bought, they're in violation. And again, we are looking out because ADRE is asking us to. These are not West USA rules, they're ADRE rules. So we are just trying to make sure that you stay compliant in your marketing for your business.
Yep.
All right.
Boom.
Perfect. Boom. Bell drop. All right. I don't even know what that means. Each and every morning, and going back to our mission statement, we are 100% committed to ensuring that you are prepared to succeed in real estate. And part of that really just is our commitment to ongoing training. And so every Monday morning, West USA holds a webinar specifically designed, again, for our agents to help them grow. And some of the things that we go over each and every single Monday morning, and why it's so important, is, number one, you're staring at me, Nick. What are you staring? You're making me feel very awkward right now.
We look at each other generally when we talk to each other.
I just don't know what I'm saying. Something wrong.
Took a turn on the meeting today.
Anyways, but part of it, in all seriousness, is as we have Todd Menard, our operations officer, come in every single Monday morning and go over the stats. Go over what is going on in the market. You should, as a licensee, be able to have a conversation with anyone and know what the average days on market, the average list price, the average sales price, know what the ebbs and the flows of the real estate market. And every single Monday morning, we provide that for you. We also have our lender partner, Matt Baker from the Booksman Baker team, come in and talk about mortgage rates. You should be able anywhere have a conversation with someone, and you need to know where mortgage rates are at. And as we know, they sometimes fluctuate and change week by week. We also do a little 3-pack for you. where we give you some marketing tips, some business tips, some sales tips, and things like that. And then, of course, each and every Monday morning, we have a special guest. We're pretty darn excited. This morning, we had our brand new Arizona Department of Real Estate Commissioner, Louis Dettori, on, and just talk about, what's going on in the Department of Real Estate and how they serve us, how they help us, and things like that. So do make your Monday mornings, make it part of your weekly ritual, your Monday morning ritual, to tune in. But Nick, in the event that they can't tune in, there are places where they can go and catch the webinar.
Yeah, we record all of our weekly webinars, and then they're uploaded to our YouTube channel. You can find it by going to youtube.com and searching West USA Realty. You can't search West USA because there's an individual who's grabbed that channel. I'm not sure why. She has not uploaded anything to it, but we don't have access to that one. So West USA Realty is the one you're looking for, and you can see all of our webinars, especially lots of other trainings and all the events that we do. We try to record and put them up there.
And if you are not receiving over the weekend and Monday morning, if you're right now not receiving reminders about the webinar, you're not registered for the webinar. And we make that very, very simple. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now, and or just go to the dashboard, click on the live webinar button, and just register for it. Once you've registered for it, you'll have to register for it once.
Yep.
And every week you'll get a link for the new webinar and some reminders and let you know what we are going to discuss.
Yeah, I also sent the link in the chat. So westusawebinar.com will also get you to the registration page.
All right. Also, I want to talk a little bit about cause marketing and our philanthropic arm of West USA. We call it West USA Cares. It is just, cause marketing really is just the blending and the adaptation of taking a charity or a cause that you're passionate about it and merging it into your business practice. And Dwayne, I was sharing this with Nick, but I did a cause marketing class a couple weeks ago for Scottsdale, and this is something that I'm very passionate about. I got two charities that I work with. I have a very specific strategy that I don't follow. I just kind of just do it here and there. I mean, I got a blueprint of how it's done, and I teach on it. And most teachers, we teach because we don't do, right?
I'm glad you admit that.
But on the way to teach this class, I was counting in my head that my partner and I, through our cause market in the last 12 months, we closed 10 transactions.
Look at that.
And
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
well, it's time to double down on it. And it's so important. And so part of, Nick, part of West USA Cares is really to provide a resource for agents to come and learn the principles and how to do cause marketing, how to help and support charities that they're excited about. If you got a charity that you're excited about and you need some support, well, we got nearly 3,000 agents here at West USA that might jump in and might help you. And so West USA is that springboard for it. And as well as, West USA Cares, we do a lot of, we did trunk or treat the other night up here at corporate. You'll see, especially around the holidays, boxes and things in your office's lobby. And so we do a lot of great things for the community. But West USA Cares is that vehicle in which for agents to get involved and learn how to help their charities.
100%. You as a business owner should have some kind of charity that you're working with. Every great business works with multiple charities. So something that has impacted your life, I'm sure there's a nonprofit that you can rally behind. Getting your clients involved in that. Every closing you have, a certain amount goes to that nonprofit. These are great ways to give back to the community that you're in. If you're not sure how to do that, we are doing that every day in the different West USA branches. So you can always talk to one of your CARES reps or your branch manager about what we at West USA are doing and how you can utilize that in your business. The other thing that West USA Cares does, and one of the main reasons why the CARES program was developed by Clint Fouts, our owner and CEO, or president and CEO, is to give back to our family of realtors. We know that we're all humans. We all go through ups and downs in our lives, and sometimes we're impacted pretty greatly and need assistance. So what West USA Cares does through the A100 donations, which we'll talk about in a second, is it's able to pull funds for our agents in need. We've helped multiple families over the last 12 months. We had a realtor who lost a partner, and they needed help to pay for the funeral expenses. We had a realtor pass away, and we were able to provide resources for the family to, again, help with the funeral expenses. Agents have been really sick the last 18 months, unfortunately, with the pandemic. And so when agents fall on hard times, they're not able to go out and make a living for their families. That's where West USA Cares really does step in to help. If you know someone or you yourself have fallen on hard times, reach out to your branch staff, talk to one of your West USA Cares ambassadors, and they will direct you on how to apply for those resources. And for those of you who might be interested in helping out with that fund, every time you have a closing through West USA, on the commission summary, you have the ability to add a donation directly to West USA Cares, whether at $5 or $500. Every time you do a donation, your name is put into a pot. We pull that name monthly. And if your name is drawn, we will reach out to you and let you tell us where you would like a $100 donation to go to. So West USA Cares will do a donation to whatever charity of your choice in your name. So again, it's great to have a charity ready to go. If you don't, we can recommend a couple, but it's something we want to be able to allow you to give back to. So that's a couple of things that West USA Cares does. Carrie Lynn's information, again, 602-942-4200. She's the director of the CARES program, but every office has an ambassador, and you can also talk to your branch staff about getting more involved.
All righty. Wow. Look at you go.
I know.
That was very well said.
I do a good job.
All right.
If you do say so yourself.
He's the most humble guy he knows. One of the other topics is commonly brought up is the issue of healthcare.
Yeah.
Obviously, the healthcare industry has changed and evolved over the years, and for a lot of us as agents, as independent contractors, we can't make that decision to go full time from part time to full time because we don't have we don't have healthcare issues resolved, or we've been an independent contractor so long we just kind of been just living on hope that nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
And I can say this, you can't say it, but I can say it. There are other brokerages out there that talk about healthcare and kind of use that as a recruitment tool and whatever the case is, and then you get over there and at the end of the day it's not really what you think it is. But West USA has spent many years trying to find a solution for its agents, and so we're excited about it.
Yeah, we were real excited about the Clearwater offerings for our agents. We get a lot of questions about health insurance. Clint's previous life was in insurance and was very hesitant to bring on any kind of a partner that he didn't feel like was going to provide value to our realtors and their families. Since we've been able to connect with Clearwater, we have had, as Mike mentioned, a lot of part-time agents be able to go full-time because they don't need that benefit anymore from a past job. So when it comes to insurance, it's incredibly relative to you, your situation, your age, your family, your health, all of that stuff. So no one at West USA can answer any questions about health insurance.
Yeah, don't call me and say, how much is it?
Correct.
It's going to depend.
And that's what I get all the time. And again, I say it depends. So save yourself the time in the email. Go to westusahealthcare.com, click on the set appointment button. You will be connected with a one-on-one insurance licensed specialist, and they will be able to answer your questions. Nobody at West USA can. I wish we could, but these guys are great. They are very fast to respond, and they'll get you set up as quickly as possible.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go through three, for a lot of agents, especially, Dwayne, starting out can be tough. And I'm a big proponent of the philosophy that our industry is not an industry right now that is designed to be done alone. Like that lone wolf, that agent that's going to sit at home and work from home and not get out there, not have the support and training, is an agent, in my opinion, not going to last very long. And we see the numbers. We see how many agents every month get licensed, and then we see at the end of the year how many agents who got licensed don't stick with it. And I think a lot of it just comes down to this lone wolf mentality.
No doubt about it. And our coaching program is designed to help every agent get through that. And I'm a big proponent of that. I will tell you that in our industry, that's one of the biggest issues we face is, in my opinion, is of the amount of turnover. 80% of licensees seem to not make it past a 2-year period, and renew their license. And part of that is because of that lone wolf mentality. This is a great business. It's a good business to get into, but it does take some time to learn and become proficient at. And that coaching program, absolutely recommended very highly for anybody who's getting started.
And I think the other reason that agents hesitate to maybe get into something like the coaching program is because there's nothing free in life. And in our coaching program, we're going to partner you with a producing agent who's going to take time away from their business to help you. So there is compensation involved.
Of course.
And agents don't want to pay. And I always joke, I said, the math is not that difficult. It's not that challenging. 0 plus 0. Like if you have no closings, you know how much you make?
But I get to do it all by myself.
but you make 0.
Yeah.
And Nick, we have seen our coaching program take new agents and help them close deals exponentially quicker than they would have on their own and get going. And I know, when you're starting out, having someone to be able to call, pick up the phone, ask questions, and help you through that process.
Yeah, I mean, we always say at the corporate office, you don't know what you don't know. And you can learn on your own if you want to. It's 100%. It's just going to take you a lot longer. We have people at the company that want to help you get to a productive point in your business as efficient as possible. Most of our coaching participants are getting to their first closing in about 4.5 months. So their first closing in 4.5 months. Most realtors don't even know what to do for the first 4.5 months of being in business. One of the things that we really push at the corporate office. And I know that if Mindy Thompson was our director of recruiting was here, she would tell you that she would require you to join a coaching or a team if she could, but you're a 1099 independent contractor. You're a business owner, so you have to make this decision on your own. Yep. You got your license in 90 hours and you took 2 tests. It takes, and I Googled it because I say this every month, but I don't have the exact numbers. It takes an esthetician 750 hours to get their license. You did it 90.
Yeah.
Coaching is very important for someone who's working with buyers and sellers that are giving you their full retirement funds to help them buy a home.
And if they screw up on your hair, it grows back.
Yeah.
Right. When you lose somebody's life savings, it doesn't grow back.
It's not so nice.
It's not so nice. No. So if you are interested, and we're going to talk about 3 different options for you. You have to pick one of them. But the first one, obviously, as we discussed, is the coaching program. If you're interested in learning more about the coaching program and want to be introduced to a coach and have a consultation and see whether it's for you, again, call 602-942-4200 or simply contact your branch manager. Yep. Go and talk to your branch manager. For me, I think that's the best way because your branch manager knows you a little bit and they can have a discussion with you and they know whom in their office are coaches and they can partner you with the right person. Your second, one of your second options is what you would say has got some tremendous teams here. And teams is a different environment. These are for people who are, looking to be part of a team, to have that synergy, to be able to have that team culture, have some training and, mentoring and a lot of, when we're working with teams, you get to piggyback and with their branding and their logos and things like that, because at the end of the day, when we say that this is an industry not to be done alone, your biggest competitors out there have got billions of dollars at their disposal to out market you and outperform you. So being able to just join a team that's already established and have those things. And of course, a lot of teams also provide leads. And if you're looking for leads and looking for systems, how to develop leads, teams, we've got some great ones.
Yeah, we do have some of the best teams in the state of Arizona working at West USA, and we're blessed to have them here. The main difference you're going to see between coaching and teams is teams are going to be selective of they're going to take on the team. So not everybody gets to join. Team leaders are going to be looking for a specific type of agent. Not all teams take new licensees. Not all take agents that have been in the business for 2 years. Some want, 5 transactions, 10 transactions under your belt before they're going to take you on their team. Where in the coaching program, it's something that you will be able to work directly with a coach no matter how long you've been in business. And we do have some people who've been in business for 3 and 4, 5 years that decide to get into coaching. And so if you're interested in joining a team, again, as we've said multiple times, reach out to your branch office. They're going to know what team leaders are in their office that are hiring. They're going to know a little bit about you and what would work best for your business.
Yeah, and I'd say, Dwayne, one of the things that I see, especially for new licensees, there's a gazillion shiny objects. And you get emails and text messages and calls and sign up for this and do this and do this. And I think having a coach or being part of a team, I think one of the biggest advantages, because I know it as a team leader, I love, we help our team members ignore all the stuff that needs to be ignored and focus on the things that really help you make money. But I see a lot of agents, they go down so many darn rabbit holes because they just don't know better.
It's hard. It's hard because there's a whole marketing machine out there designed specifically to take realtors' money. Mm-hmm. That's what they do, mm-hmm. right? They all want to get your email address. They want to get you in front of whatever product they're trying to sell. And I think the focus that a team brings or a coaching program brings is very, very important to the long-term success of any agent. So,
and then the third option, Nick, is kind of a hybrid between the coaching program and the leads program. It is our inbound sales department, where West USA, just from its large real estate footprint and its relationships with some of the companies out there like the Zillows and the Realtor.coms, do benefit and do have a specific lead flow that comes in.
Yeah. So like Mike said, I mean, West USA has been around for 35 plus years. People are going to call just because of the name. We want to make sure that clients are taken care of as best as they possibly can be. So these inbound sales leads are generally going to be rentals, but like Mike said, it's a hybrid program. So the program is based around 4 team leaders that are going to be in specific regions of the Valley. So depending upon where you are going to work is the team you'll be on. You can be a part-time agent. It's going to be difficult to be a part-time agent, but you can be and be a part of this program. You will be able to receive leads. And like I said, most of them are going to be rentals, but rentals convert to buyers. Our new inbound sales team leader in the Southeast Valley, Lori Pryor, she's been in real estate for 5 years. She started her real estate business in the inbound sales program. And in 5 years, by doing what her team leader taught her and working renters into buyers, then those buyers into sellers, she's built herself a referral-based business and is one of the top producing agents in West USA in the Southeast Valley, which is why we're really excited to have her take over the Southeast Valley region for us. So if you're interested in any of those 3 programs, please, again, reach out to your branch staff. Call one of the corporate office and speak to us. We want to help get your business on the right track. I did want to quickly just read 2 things that we got messaged in. So this is from Jordan, who's on the call today. I had my first transaction and uploaded all documents and was a bit nervous about the process. I want to say thank you to everyone at West USA for the help. Everyone has been great. He also went on to say that the mentor program was the best decision that they made. So thank you so much, Jordan, for being on and for those notes. That's great. For everyone on the call, the systems work. If you follow the systems, they will work.
Yep. And if I talk to you a year from now and you doing it all by yourself and things aren't going well, I'm not gonna have to tell you why they're not going well. All righty. So speaking of support, and this is another paid service, but one of the questions that I get, very, very common question, is how or when should I hire a transaction coordinator? Because at the end of the day, Dwayne, if you got a real estate license and you are a realtor and you're out selling, the majority of your activities have to involve those activities that make you money. Uploading documents, scheduling inspections, hounding agents for spuds and clue reports and benzers and all of those things take up hours upon hours of your time. and they don't help me make money. And so West USA has come along and offered, through Nicole McGrath, who's our director of transaction services, has offered a paid service for now where for a nominal fee, and I can't give you the price because it all depends on what you want and what type of transaction it is, but she is going to take on a good portion of the administrative responsibilities from you so you can go out and sell.
Yep. There's no doubt about it that compliance aspect of it is not a money making aspect. It's really a compliance thing from both a regulatory side and in your independent contractor agreement and policy manual with West USA. Nicole and her team does a great job in helping agents remain in compliance and do those things, and it doesn't cost that much. It's really a benefit, and you can go out and find another sale, and that's every morning you wake up as a realtor, you're unemployed, right? And you got to find that new business, and that's your main job, and this allows you to spend more time doing that.
Yeah, trying to once you hit that part of your business where you feel like you do need transaction help, before you hire someone to do that, because that adds a whole level of complexity that you can speak to our broker team at length about. Talk to Nicole first. I guarantee that it's going to be cheaper to use our system. And when it becomes not cheaper to use our system, we'll let you know, and we'll let you know that. And so we can try to give you the ins and outs. We've had a few top producers who utilize Nicole, and it might be better for their business to hire somebody. They like the work that Nicole does and the transaction team here at West USA. So talk to them. And if you're just really bad at paperwork and you're constantly late and you don't want to get those late nasty grams anymore, Nicole's a great option for you.
I'd say too, at the end of the day, and I think this is the hardest thing for agents to embrace and understand, is we are business owners. We own our own businesses, which means we are janitors, which means we're chief marketing officers, which means we're accountant. We got all of these things, and most businesses hire other people to do those things because the most important role that we have is sales.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we have this idea, well, I'm not going to pay for this, I'm not going to pay for that. Well, this is what businesses do, and this is how businesses grow. So,
by the way, if you're going to hire a transaction coordinator,
make sure they're licensed.
Make sure they're with you at West USA. They cannot be with another brokerage.
Correct. There's lots of rules.
Yes.
All righty. So I want to get a little bit into some of our technology, Nick. I think we, as a brokerage, we offer some of the best technology in the business for agents. And so one of them, let's start off. We're going to talk about CRMs. CRM basically stands for Contact Relationship Management System. Your CRM, to me, I always say that there's two most important tools in your tool belt that they're absolute musts. And the first one is a CRM. This is how you manage your data and how you manage all of your contacts and how you stay organized. If you effectively use your CRM, it will keep you from losing money, from having money fall through the cracks and having clients fall through the cracks. I am telling you, one of the very first things that you should do as a licensee is get a CRM.
Yep.
How many top producers have you and I spoke with over the years when you ask them what their biggest regret was? I didn't start with a CRM, because they all will tell you that they have lost tons of money because they don't have their contacts organized.
Yeah, it's definitely a bummer conversation to have, because it's an easy thing. And with the Wise Agent system that West USA has partnered with, it's not very expensive. And like Mike said, if you're going to pay for something for your business, start with the CRM system, get everyone in your database into that CRM, and just learn the basics of it. One of the reasons why we like Wise Agent is because, just like West USA, they have their own patty. And so when you sign up for Wise Agent, they are going to onboard you into their system. They know that having a CRM that you don't use is like having a bad gym membership. It comes out every month. You're not doing anything with it. So they want to get you using it. If you've already had a CRM system and you got a bunch of contacts in there, they'll show you how to export and import them in. If you've never had a CRM, they will show you the 101 on how to use a CRM system. It's amazing how many agents don't connect with their clients after closing. CRM systems allow you to do that as a no-brainer. It's a silly thing to not have in your real estate business.
Absolutely. So you get 14 free days. I could tell you my horror stories of the times that I did not have a CRM and how much money that I've lost. So get signed up for it. Should be one of your very first things that you do. One of the other programs that we offer is we call it Knock. Um, Life is, one of the things that the internet has given us, Nick, is options for just about everything. And we are no longer in the days when we show up to somebody's house who's interested in possibly selling their house. We cannot just show up with one option, and that option is to sell your house. In this market, there are so many options out there. There's so many things that sellers might be looking to do, and a lot of problems that sellers might be facing. And one of the biggest problems that they face is I need to sell my house before I buy another house.
Mm-hmm.
And other sellers out there aren't going to accept contingencies.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just kind of stuck in this house. Well, Knock is a program where your clients are going to get the best of both worlds. They can sell their house, they can get the money that they need, stay in that house until they go find their other house.
100%. So Knock answers a lot of questions right now for potential sellers that don't have the funds to be able to move into their next home. And like Mike said, with the market that we're currently in, contingencies are just going to not be accepted by those sellers. So the Knock program allows your seller to stay in the home for up to 6 months. And while they're searching for their next offer, they can put a non-contingent offer on their next property. Mm-hmm. If that property is less than $750,000. Knock will also provide equitable upgrades to the house. So I think it's like up to $25,000 in equitable upgrades. Knock will provide the resources to do that. So if you need to get your kitchen updated, bathrooms, flooring, whatever that might be, Knock can provide a loan to do that. The fees are pretty good. They're not that expensive, and it gives your sellers this that option to get into the marketplace and not sit and wait for that, whatever bubble to burst, prices to drop. That's not going to happen.
So Knock offers a series each week of 1-hour webinars for you to learn. And the link there's on the bottom. So I'm going to give you a minute to write that down. So you should have a piece of paper and a pen and write the word Knock and write this link down. I can tell you right now, most of my clients take a pass on this. At the end of the day, they don't want to use it. Mm-hmm. But being able to sit down during my listing presentation and be able to have a dialogue about this, they now have trust in me. And even though a lot of my clients don't use it, I'm able to close deals because I simply just come with those options, and instead of just that one, the agent that they might have interviewed before me only had one option, and that was it. Yep. So you really owe it to yourself and you owe it to your business at the very, very least to attend one of these webinars and get certified. It's free.
Yeah, and it takes an hour of your time. You take a test and you're good to go. I'm not going to give them the name to blow up their spot, but I know agents that are a team of agents that are using this to go after FSBOs, because the FSBO has no idea they could stay in the house and still look for other houses. Idea. So FYI.
All right. So one of my favorite pieces of technology that we offer is something that is called Forewarn. I'm just going to tell you, it's $5 a month. And it is by far the greatest $5 a month that I spend. Not only does it help me in my business, it also provides a level of entertainment for me. And so Forewarn is a software, is a program that you can subscribe to. Like I said, it's $5 a month. It was initially designed, and it is designed, I should say, to help protect our agents, to protect you. At the end of the day, if you're meeting a stranger at a house or whatever the case, you may not know them. You don't know anything about them. You don't know about their background. And every once in a while, a horror story pops up where an agent is violently accosted or whatever the case is. Well, Forewarn is designed to help protect you. So for $5 a month, and it's unlimited, you can take a phone number enter it into Forewarn, and it's going to spit out all kinds of pieces of information. One, it's going to tell you where they live. So if I only have a phone number and I want to know where a person lives, I can start doing marketing to them as far as what their property home is worth. It'll also let me know whether there's any kind of criminal background history. You need to know whether, we had an agent, we gave her a lead and she typed in the phone number, and this particular person that she was going to meet had an extensive sexual violence background.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, what do I do? I go, you don't go.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say something would have happened, but she didn't go, and you know that you're going to be protected. It also lets you know about if people have any judgments. Most of the judgments in the reports are speeding tickets and so
Mhm.
forth. But you need to know somebody just recently filed for bankruptcy. If somebody filed for bankruptcy 2 months ago, you probably don't want to spend a lot of time going out and showing them $800,000 homes because they're not going to get qualified.
Yeah, it's a waste of your time, and they're just using you to look at these homes. So, I mean, at the main purpose of the Forewarn app is to keep our agents safe. And we unfortunately had an agent reach out probably a month ago now. He's a larger male realtor, was attacked at an open house. So it's not just for our female agents. All realtors should be able to do due diligence on who they're going to be meeting at vacant homes, who they're going to be putting people in their car. Like Mike said, you can check for assaults, but you can also check for bankruptcies, liens, and judgments to make sure they're not wasting your time. And then for the entertainment purposes of this, we're getting close to the holidays now, so nothing's better around Thanksgiving dinner to start running aunts and uncles' phone numbers and doing trivia about different
Throw it
issues.
up on your TV and have everybody gather around. Let's see what Uncle Wilbur's background is. It's entertainment and fun for all, and it ensures nobody's going to come back next year and want to be around you for next year's Thanksgiving.
100%.
And that's the win in all of this.
Yeah, guaranteed. So to get the Forewarn app, you're going to go into your dashboard, click on the Quick Links tab, and click the Forewarn button and get signed up.
Alrighty, our next service that we offer, and it's kind of like the same thing with transaction services. Time is money, and there are all kinds of activities that you don't want to be doing yourself because it allows more time for you to go out and sell. But Lister Sister is one of those. For $159, Lister Sister, when you have a listing, Lister Sister is going to go out and install your post, which is going to already cost you $50 anyways. They're going to install your yard signs. They're going to install your lock boxes. They're going to take pictures, and typical pictures going to cost you $99. So you're already there. And then they're going to come back and they're going to input all of the information and upload all the pictures into Armless. They're going to notify you when it's ready for your approval. If it meets your approval or you make some edits and some changes, the information is right there. Now your listing can go live. And when your listing closes, they're going to go out and remove the post and remove the sign for you. The best part about it is, besides the time that it saves you, if you use promo code, and this is not a one-time promo code, this is for all of your listings, but you use the promo code WUSARE, every single one of these is going to be discounted by $25. So you're actually getting all of this for $134. No longer do you have to go out and install lock boxes, install your signs and things like that.
When we already mentioned it before, you're a business owner. This is not something that you as a business owner should be doing. It's a no-brainer for your business to be able to get this contracted out, and you need to be utilizing professionals to take photos of your listings. Just because listings are selling quickly does not mean you don't do a service for your sellers. Using your smartphone is not an acceptable way of getting listing photos done. People are going to be looking at those photos, especially the neighbors in the area. If they see bad photos on their neighbors' listings, they're probably not going to want to ask for a referral for that agent that did the listing. So do your sellers a service and use professionals. Something we jumped over, I'm not sure where the slide is, but we didn't talk about the new mobile app. So I wanted
to. Be coming.
Is it coming?
Well, we'll find out. I don't know.
I don't think it's coming, but all right, we'll wait. It's your show, buddy. I'm just living in it.
Yeah, boy. Well, why don't you hop into this stuff right here?
So we were talking about listings. We're talking about Lister Assister and getting professional photos done. Lister Assister also will write the descriptions of the property. So all you're doing is taking the listing. So once you have Lister Assister go out and do all the things they're going to do for that low cost, you then have Circle Picks. Circle Picks is going to take that information, the photos, the description that was put into the MLS, and they're going to create a website based around that listing you can share with your sellers. They're going to create marketing materials. They'll create open house announcements, flyers, postcards, door hangers. All of those things are going to be created automatically for you. And all you did was take the listing. Then you called Lister or Sister. They went out, took the photos, did the description, and then Circle Picks went to work for you. You'll be able to post that marketing material on your social media, on your website, and then your seller, who's going to be very happy to see all that cool stuff that you did, is going to share it as well. All of those things that just happened was free from Circle Picks. West USA is so excited about having this software that we pay for it for our realtors. So if you have an active listing while you're with West USA and it's in the MLS, you will have a Circle Picks account and you have marketing materials running. If you've not received an email from Circle Picks, let me know. Go to nick@westusa.com, shoot me an email, and we will look into it for you.
Okay, let's talk about the cloud. I get into this argument. I harass my kids now. I was like, I don't understand it. Like, how can I get this stuff? I don't see any clouds in the sky. And they get so frustrated at me.
That's a terrible dad joke.
It is, but it brings entertainment to me. But we are, we provide so much information, so much valuable information to our family of agents. Whether it's the webinar, we take certain things out of the webinar and so forth. But you just don't have to go on YouTube to be able to get this information.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to watch the videos, watch the slides, our YouTube channel is the best place to go. We have a tremendous amount of training videos, different digital marketing videos. There's lots of different things there. But anywhere that we do, anywhere that you listen to a podcast, you can also find our content. So, like this morning on the webinar, Todd Menard talked about the current market stats. Mike went through different ways to network with agents to build ideas for your business. Those chunks of our webinar are cut out and they're uploaded to the cloud. And the cloud then sends them to all of the different places that you can listen to podcasts. So if you're an iPhone user, you've got the iPhone or the podcast app. If you're an Android user, you've got the Google Play Store that you can download the podcast app from. Or if you listen to Spotify, in any of those places, search West USA Realty, subscribe to our podcast, and you'll be able to listen at your leisure to all the different pieces that we put out. Also, if you have an Amazon Alexa, you can subscribe there as well. And every Tuesday, you will get an updated market stats listening to our very own Todd Menard talk to you from your Alexa device.
All right. Well, some of the other things that we have for you. We did talk about our transaction services department. And I should have just said, though, if you're brand new to real estate and you've never done a transaction, I think that every agent should be their own transaction coordinator for their first couple of transactions so that you understand the process and understand what's going on. But one of the things is West USA does when you have a closing, West USA wants to pay you. They want to pay you your commission. And trust me, they pay you very, very quickly. However, because we answer to the Department of Real Estate and because we get audited frequently by the Department of Real Estate, we have to follow all of their guidelines. And that means in order for us to pay you, we have to have what we call complete files. And so we've provided on the dashboard, this is the listing file requirement, everything, all the documents that you're going to potentially need on a listing in order to get paid. And this is our contract file requirement. So when you're representing a buyer or a tenant, these are all the things that you are going to potentially need. So it's a great checklist. It's very important to understand that when you have a executed ER, which is our listing agreement, or you have an executed purchase contract, that executed purchase contract, those documents need to get uploaded into your dashboard within 5 days. You don't have to have everything. You don't have to have SPUDs. You don't have to have the clue reports, but you do have to have these initial executed documents. And the reason for it is because our broker then has a total of 10 days to review it. So you get it in within 5 days, and then they have an additional 5 days to be able to review those documents. That is a requirement that they have. So make sure that you follow those guidelines and download these requirement forms to help you stay in touch. And then you're right, Nick. We're getting to the end here, and we do not have a slide for our website and our app. So I want to spend a couple minutes. I talked earlier when we were talking about CRM systems, how, in my opinion, there are two of the most, or I should say, two of the most important tools in an agent's tool belt. One is their CRM system. Two is their mobile app. Your mobile app is your answer to Zillow and Realtor.com and Redfin. I had my brother and sister-in-law in my house this weekend because they're looking for some properties, and they started to send me properties earlier this week from Redfin. Oh my gosh. So I had to, when they got out here, I had to make sure that they got my mobile app and knew how to use it. Because everyone that you come across is using a Realtor.com, is using a Zillow, and is using a Redfin. We have amazing mobile apps provided by West USA, and they're how much a month?
$5 a month.
They're $5 a month, and I can tell you they're just as good and just as powerful as these other mobile apps. And it is an incredible tool to collect data. Do you know, well, this is a rhetorical question, but why does Zillow and Realtor.com have apps? Because they want to collect people's data and they want to sell that data. That is the whole purpose. Well, Now you have a mobile app that is just as powerful, and I would dare say a little more accurate, a little more reliable on the information that it receives. But there's a lot of bells and whistles. There's a lot of things that you can do. But for me, it's a data collecting tool. I don't know how many times I'm out somewhere and I meet somebody, we have a real estate conversation, and I'm like, oh, let me give you my mobile app. And I show them my mobile app. I open up my mobile app. They go like, oh, that's cool. And all I do is I go hit the couple buttons, hit the share button, go, okay, I'm going to send you this mobile. What's your phone number? And boom, I collect phone numbers and collect phone numbers and collect phone numbers. And it's $5 a month. I don't know. It's silly. That's a nice term.
Yes,
You're silly not to get a mobile app.
Yeah, it's something that we feel is very, very important to our agents. The app updated recently. It used to be free. Our new app does a lot more. It technically should be a lot more per agent, but we really wanted to be able to offer this to all of our realtors
I feel like
as low
I'm
cost
stealing
as possible.
from you.
Because
it's so cheap.
It's possible. But this app, and like Mike said, everyone has Zillow or Realtor.com on their phone. They're using one of those two apps. My wife sends me listings when they hit our street off Zillow.com. I've tried to share the app with her 100 times, but that's not going to happen. But this app is more accurate than Zillow and Realtor.com because of the under contract listing. So anything that's UCB inside the MLS is going to show up as active inside Zillow or Realtor.com. So your clients are using these apps, these websites, and they're sending you a bunch of homes they want to go look at. Right now, a lot of them are UCB, and that's a frustrating conversation to have with your clients. The West USA app, you will not have that issue. So you're already going to get them better information, more accurate information, and less frustrating conversations. What this app does for you is just like Mike said, when you share that with one of your clients, someone that you meet at the coffee shop or the store, you then get notifications every time they search for a home, they save a search, they share the app with somebody else. So if they share your app with their spouse or friend or family, they will share your app. So your information then moves to that other individual's phones and so on and so forth. So it's a very powerful tool that you should have at your disposal. You should not be reliant on the other applications out there that you're not able to control.
And if you would like to get a mobile app and you haven't gotten one yet, all you have to do, and just write this down, just go to westusapp.com. Nick's going to send it to you right now, but westusapp.com. Sign up for it, and you should have it, I would say, within 24 to 48 business hours.
Yeah.
And then on you go, and then there's some tutorial videos and some training on how to use it. The second thing that we don't have a slide for is you need to have a website. Every agent should have a website. Are you going to get play as far as SEO playing ever get found on the first page of Google? The answer is going to be flat out no. But websites add legitimacy and credibility. Our websites and these West USA websites are free. They're not the most complicated or advanced websites. It's basically an advanced business card, but it does, again, establish credibility for you. People can search for properties on these websites. I am, as an agent, I'm just going to recommend and tell you that all you have to do, again, to sign up for a free website is you're just going to go to westusawebsite.com. Our websites are provided by iFound Agent. Do not go to ifoundagent.com to sign up for it, but go to westusawebsite.com and sign up for it. But I'm going to tell you is at some point you need to seriously take a look at the advanced features that iFound Agent offers. They cost money. They're not necessarily the cheapest thing in the world, but for what it does, I think it's incredibly cheap. And they have got some great bells and whistles that actually are a lead gen. I have the ability to just upload and enter data into the back end of my website, and I can set anyone up on a neighborhood property report where they're keeping track of what all the activity is going on. I am literally at the point, Nick, between the mobile app and my website where I'm now going to have to hire somebody to come in and manage all of that data and all of that activity, because all of that activity represents potential buyers and sellers.
100%. And so we talked a lot today about different services that can help your business. Like Dwayne said when he was on, there are companies specifically there to target realtors to take their money. Everything we talked about today, we don't get a kickback on. We talk about them because we think they're important to our agents and help you do better business. If there's a system out there that you think is better, that's why we are 100% house. We want you to take the commission that you earn and utilize the systems that you see best for your business. But anyone who's new to real estate, anyone who's been burned by a past software, these are great options for you. I'm going to give a big shout out to Chantel. She emailed me almost a second after I gave out my email address asking about the Circle Pick system. Please do not hesitate to reach out to myself or any of the branch staff, anyone in your office about the different systems and services that we provide. They're there to help your business, and we want you to utilize them to the best possible to get going in real estate.
All right, and then as we wind down here, we recognize that some of you might have come from other brokerages or you've come from other industries, and you come with some ideas. And I can honestly say, we have a suggestion box. It's virtual. It's called Suggestion Box at westusa.com. Feel free to email us any suggestions. I think for the most part, agents are like very, very impressed right now. Wow, West USA offers a lot and does a lot. A lot of these have come through Suggestion Box where agents come to us and say, hey, I saw this or I found this. And we take those things very, very seriously. I know, Nick, you and your team, that's what you do. When ideas pop up and you see something that might work, you go down that rabbit hole for us so that we don't have to go down that rabbit hole.
The forewarned system.
That, I thank you.
You're welcome.
So the Suggestion Box, these are our frequently asked questions. So definitely, before you pick up the phone, just read these, spend a couple minutes, and it's a great resource. And then lastly, I like to say, we need and we want to communicate with you. When we roll out a new program and we roll out some things, I know that there's agents that have been with West USA for 25 years and have no idea we have mobile apps. We can't come by and knock on everybody's door every time we need to tell you something. So one of the ways that we do communicate with you via email. Don't unsubscribe because we will resubscribe you.
Correct.
It's one of the ways that we communicate with you. It's so important that we are able to. But the other way we communicate is through our Facebook groups. And more importantly, yes, we communicate with you. Our office managers will communicate with you. But I love the dialogue between agents communicating with one another, open house needs or open house opportunities or lock boxes for sales or just different
coming
things.
soon listings.
Coming soon listings. So at the very, very least, go on the Facebook and join your office Facebook group. You're not limited to that. You can join all 8 of West USA offices groups. All you got to do is just go West USA Realty and then type in the city where that office is located, and it'll pop up.
Yeah, these groups. So when you do find the group for your office, or if you want to join all of them or 2 of them, whatever you want to do, you're going to have to request to be added. These groups are only for West USA agents. No vendors, no citizens are allowed into these. Citizens, any clients are invited into these. These are realtors only, so that we make sure that you can share coming soon listings and there's no issues there. We do recommend that if you're asking a question about something out in the Southeast Valley, asking for someone to open a door or do an open house, and you're in Surprise, don't post on the Surprise page. You're going to get a lot more traction if you post on one of the Southeast Valley offices. So again, go ahead and make sure that you join those groups and get started with the communication with your office staff and your fellow agents.
All right, and then we also we are not a multi-level marketing brokerage. There are those that are out there. However, though, your job, we recognize that your job is not primarily to recruit to West USA. However, we know that many of our agents have come to West USA because they have built a relationship or they've gotten to know a West USA agent. Well, if somebody does come to West USA, from your efforts, we want to be able to reward you with that. So as long as you are with West USA and that person's with West USA, you will receive $25 per each of their closings. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but we have agents that each month are getting checks for $400, $500, $600 based off of this. We give away tens of thousands of dollars each year through this. Also, we want to give you a $100 credit to your account. So this stuff adds up. You're going to invite people to come to West USA anyways. You might as well get a little something for it.
Yeah, we recognize that, just like you all say in your emails and your marketing, that a referral is the biggest thank you that you can get. It's a really big deal for West USA when our agents refer others to join our brokerage. We're fairly blessed that about 40% of the hires every month are referred by West USA agents, and we want to make sure that we say thank you to you. So if you have someone who might be a great fit for West USA, send their name over to your branch staff, send them over to Mindy Thompson, and we'll take care of recruiting them. We're not asking you to follow up. We're not asking you to go out and be recruiters. You have no quota to hit from us. We just want to get great agents to West USA. So if you provide us the name and the number, we will take it from there and make sure you get your credit.
All right, and the last thing we're going to talk about, and that is our trusted resources. You are establishing a team. And so the people that you add to your team, and I'm not necessarily talking about other agents, I'm talking about your vendors that you work with, whether it's a title rep, a lender, a home warranty, or home inspection, whatever the case is. This is becoming your team. And as independent contractors, we would never, by any means, ever pressure you or require you to use anyone. This is your business. You're going to use whoever you want. Take the time to interview them and vet them. But we have done so already for some of the partners that we work with. All of these people are great resources for you if you don't have resources already lined up. And so just take the time to reach out to them. It's one of the most important things when you're establishing a business, Nick, that no one ever tells us when we get our license that this is part of your team, and you should and just take the time to interview and have lunch with or whatever, and very cautiously, or not cautiously, carefully build that team. And so if you don't have anyone, these are people that we have vetted, and they're fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing, like you said, Mike, that this isn't something that's talked about at all. Just even if you are a solo agent, you're going to go by yourself and do this, great, that's fantastic. You still have to have title and lenders and home inspectors and home warranty and insurance people working with you. You're going to work with them every day. You're going to work with them on every single transaction. Now, you might not get to work with your crew every single time, but you want to have your trusted advisor. So when something does come up, you can ask them a question. Make sure that you work with experts in the field and work with people that work like you do. So again, like Mike said, we know that you might have your crew, that your people, that people in your corner. Great. If you don't have anybody and you want to talk to somebody, these are great people to start with. And if you run into any issues, every single person on this page, I have their cell phone number for. They are business owners themselves. So if you do run into a problem, you can reach out to West USA and we can work together on getting things fixed. But these are great people, and that's why they're there.
All righty. And so again, my name is Mike Weinstein. I want to thank you and welcome you to West USA. If at any given time you have a question for me, my email address is mikew@westusa.com. Again, that's mikew@westusa.com. But I can assure you 99.9% of your questions are going to be better answered by, connecting with you, Nick.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just
You're the
I'm the
eye
eye
candy.
candy,
Yeah,
baby.
100%.
That's all I am.
So first thing I want to say is no one has requested to join any of the Facebook pages yet, because I just checked. So make sure to do that. The second thing that I want to be very clear on, real estate's confusing. There's a lot of static out in the air. There's a lot of bells and whistles, lots of things to pay for, lots of programs to sign up for. If you're not sure where to turn, if you don't know who to ask, if you don't know who to call or email, reach out to me. We have a lot of agents that decide to check out other brokerages, and we're really happy for them to do that. We don't like when agents say that they didn't know who to turn to. They felt lost in the crowd here at West USA. That's not a valid excuse. We do everything we can to make sure that you are communicated with and have the resources to reach out to anybody at the company. So because of that, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to give everybody on the call my cell phone number. If you have any problems at West USA and you can't get a hold of your branch staff, a broker, anybody, use my phone number. My cell is 602-908-3917. Again, 602-908-3917. My email address is nick, N-I-C-K, @westusa.com. We're very, very honored that you chose West USA to hang your license with, and we hope that we can help your business grow. And if you need anything, we are here to support you.
I appreciate everybody joining us, and reach out to us if you need anything.